All right, today we are back on my AVENTON Sinch 500 watt hub motor, front suspension forks, dual disc brakes, and we are right now in pedal assist 1. We're going to keep it in pedal assist 1, and we're going to try to see what kind of exercise you can get on this bike. Can you get exercise in pedal assist 1, or is it just too fast? Can you get exercise? Can you pedal the bike without using power, or is it just impossible? Can you use pedal assist 2 and get exercise? And I've got my handy dandy heart rate monitor on right here, which is pretty cool, to give you a sense of how much I'm working here. So I just went up like a 4% grade, and my heart rate is at, oh, excuse me, yawn. My heart rate is at 114. So, not bad. Now, to give you a sense of my heart rate situation, for me, anything over 120 is considered cardio. Anything over 110 to 120 is, you know, getting my heart rate moving, but it's not really cardio, but it's still decent. So for me to like get my heart rate really moving, get some exercise, lose some weight, and to really be doing cardio, I got to be about 120. Okay, right now we're on flat, and we're at 117, so not bad. And again, I'm using pedal assist 1. So I've gone 50 miles on this bike so far, and some of my impressions: very high end, very durable, very beefy, very large. When you see people on it, look at who's on it. You're not going to see like a small person on it. It's a large person, because it's a pretty large bike. I'm 6 foot, and I've got the seat up to where it's good for me, but it could easily go like another 4 inches. And my 6'5" neighbor rode it, and he's like, man, this is for me. Finally an e-bike that I can ride, you know? So, big bike. All right, right now my heart rate is 121, 122. So definitely getting some exercise. A lot of people think, well, there's two camps of people. People that don't have e-bikes, and they think, oh, it's just pointless if you're trying to get exercise, you can't get any. And then those that have them and think they're just for fun because they can't get exercise. Well, I've tried to, I've kept it as a constant, you know, goal of mine to try to figure out and assess how much exercise you can get on these bikes. And I have a 750 watt mid drive, and I've gone like an hour in pedal assist 1, and I've gotten like 125 average heartbeats per minute, which is brilliant. Tremendous exercise. Part of it has to do with how many pedal assist levels you have. So this thing has 5 levels right now. I believe you can make it up to 9. So that means that right now the increments are 20% increase. So the first pedal assist 1 is giving you 20% boost of power. If you made it down to like 9 pedal assist levels or 10, then, you know, obviously whatever it is, 10 or 12%. So right now, you know, it's hard to get just a little bit of help. I can only get 20%, which is kind of a lot. But ultimately, I think I'm gonna read about or look on the internet and see if I can find a way to change the pedal assist levels to 10. That way I have more flexibility. All right. Right now, our heart rate is at 115. In a few minutes, I'm gonna actually turn the power off on a flat ground and see if it's even possible to pedal this thing on flat ground, you know, without absolutely killing yourself. Now, I know this bike is not the lightest, but it's not the heaviest. It's in the, I believe it's in the upper 50s, low 60s in terms of pounds, which is actually pretty average for an e-bike. A lot of it is the tires, you know, and the wheels to accommodate the tires. And this bike is just so freaking thick. You know, like look at the frame. It's huge, beefy. So obviously it's going to give you a lot more stability and strength and durability, but it's also going to give you a little bit more weight. Right now we're on a flat. We're going about 115 still. So again, not bad. Definitely getting some exercise. Not quite in cardio. Not really burning fat per se, but I'm definitely getting my heart rate up a little bit. So it's still exercise. It's definitely exercise. Now a lot of people are probably going to comment, you know, 115 beats per minute is tremendous exercise. Well, it's all relative, isn't it? And I know my heart rate extremely well because I moderate my heart rate, and I know exactly what it takes to get me, you know, cardio, fat burning, etc., etc. I've done a lot of. I've used a heart rate monitor for probably riding 2,000 miles on bikes, so I know my heart rate really well. So when I say 115, for some people that might be a lot. For some people that might be a little. For me, it's decent. It's not great. I've been contemplating getting a suspension seat post, not the $250 really nice ones, just a standard, you know, $35, $50 seat post, just to give me a little extra cushion. The front suspension forks are brilliant, but you know, there is no rear suspension. It's not hard like some bikes, but it's not soft, you know. It could be a lot softer, so I'm considering that. Just something to think about. So another thing about this bike is you can't use throttle from a dead stop. You have to be going like 2 miles an hour before it kicks in. Like, okay, now it kicked in. It's 4 miles an hour, 3 miles an hour. So you can't just push throttle from a dead stop and just start going, which a lot of people might dislike. For me, it's okay. I think the biggest problem is if you're ever going like up a hill and you have to stop halfway and you're like, how the hell am I gonna get this thing moving up a hill? And that's tough. You almost have to like run beside it and jump on it. But somebody in my comments yesterday in one of my videos said it's actually a good thing because it helps to not burn out the motor. I guess because you're not using like a lot of torque to get the bike moving from a dead stop, you know, I guess. So there's that. And also, if you're an older person or a person that's not as experienced on these things and you jump on it and you just push the throttle, the bike might just take off. So it's, you know, it's probably not the best in terms of safety for some people. So I don't know. I think there's something to be said for easing into it, you know what I mean? My neighbor Jerry, God bless him, he's 6'5" and he's 82 years old, and he loves to jump on my bikes. Let me see that, let me check that out. And he loves to jump on my bikes and just start pushing buttons, and you know, shit just starts taking off. He was on my Super 73, he just pushed the throttle and he just took off. On this thing, he kind of did the same thing, and luckily, you know, the throttle's dead at a dead stop, so he didn't hurt himself. It's pretty cool. So but he was like, you gotta pedal this thing before it works? Yeah, you do. So anyway, negatives and positives, I suppose, like everything. Okay, we're at 110. And now we're going to be going up a big hill here in a moment. Okay. So obviously when you're trying to get exercise on something like this, you got to moderate a couple things. You got to moderate pedal assist level, you got to moderate how much force you put out, and the gears, right? So right now I'm in pedal assist 1, which I'm going to stay in, but I'm in gear 5, you know, which is tough on a dead stop to get moving, but when you're already moving, it's pretty decent gear. It's got some top end, you know. This person's clueless. I was riding through here once, this exact parking lot, and some strikingly beautiful woman like almost hit my car with her car. And I look up and it's Heather Locklear, and I'm like, holy crap, you're gorgeous, you know. So just a little interesting tidbit for you. All right, we're going up a little hill here. It's probably 3 or 4%. We're at 112. Be a bigger hill coming up here in a second. I'm gonna stop the pedal assist for a second and just see what kind of, if I can pedal this thing. Yeah, it's pretty hard, people. I mean, granted, I'm going up a little bit of a hill, but it's pretty, I'm pedaling it right now without pedal assist. It's pretty freaking hard, you know? Let's just see what it does to my heart rate. Okay, let me gear down a little bit. All right, my heart rate's definitely skyrocketing. I'm at 118 now. 121, 122, 123. You just see how it, 125, 126, 127. You just see how the pedal assist helps so tremendously. I'm at 129. I'm at 130 without pedal assist. It went from 115 to 130 in like 30 seconds. So now we're going up like a 6% grade, and we're in gear 3. Let's see what happens with my heart rate. Gear 5. It's always interesting when you pass somebody and you're in a, I'm gonna get past this guy a lot. You're on an electric bike and he's not, or she's not. They're huffing and puffing. And I ride my road bike a lot, so I mean, I get it. And then some joker flies by you and he's just pushing his thumb. And you're like, God damn it, you know? So, anyway. All right. I just wanted to get away from that guy, so I use pedal assist 4. All right. So heart rate at 131. So far my thoughts are, you can ride this thing for exercise. You can, you know, depending on who you are and what kind of shape you're in, you could probably get, you know, cardio. So, not like in the best shape, but I'm not in bad shape either. You know, I ride my road bike a lot. I exercise a lot, so I'm in pretty decent shape. So perhaps 115, somebody else might be a little bit higher, you know, or a little bit lower if you're in better shape, whatever. Just trying to give you all the variables, you know what I'm saying? Okay, 116. Yeah, when you're going over bumps, you really feel the front suspension. It really helps a lot. It's smooth, you know? Oh, you know what I hate? I hate when you're riding a bike and you hear a clang clang sound. Now, I know it's just the freaking chain, but it's like, tighten that shit down when they give it to me. Oh, here goes this guy. Here comes the guy again. Now he's passing me in a second here. Oh boy, see? This is justice. Okay, first of all, the guy's like 70. Tremendous shape. And he just freaking passed me, and I'm on the electric bike. See, that's shame. Shame on me. You know? But I'm only pedal assist 1. I'm trying to get some exercise, you know what I mean? So, all right. So pedal assist 1, surprisingly, has more power than you think. Check out my earlier video a couple days ago, a few days ago, where I do off-road and I go up a huge switchback, which is probably at some points 12 to 14% grade when it's in dirt. And I went almost all the way to the top. And pedal assist 1. So that just tells you pedal assist 1 is pretty crazy. That's why I think I'm definitely gonna go with like 10 pedal assist levels, knock it down to like 10%, you know, assistance instead of 20. Yeah, these digital displays, I mean, there's a lot you can do. It's just some weird buttons you got to push sometimes. You know, you got to like push the up button, the down button, hop on one leg, and recite the alphabet backwards or something to get it to work, you know? So unfortunately, there's usually something on the website, or either the bike manufacturer's website, the company that made the design, the display's website, or just somebody on YouTube that figured it out. So, all right, we're at 120, and we're on flat ground, and we're, you know, now we're in, we're 123. So right now we're in cardio, and it's pretty flat. I'm going at a brisk 20 or 16 mile an hour pace. I'm definitely like pedaling, you know. All right, now we're slowing down here. All right, again, we're gonna in a second here on flat ground. We're gonna try to. That guy had a cool e-bike. What's interesting about some e-bikes, quick divergence, like that e-bike looks like so many different e-bikes, you know. And it's a Chinese company that makes it, and then they license it out to all these different companies that claim to be manufacturers, but I believe they're really just putting their label on it, you know. So Eco Trick, Ad Motor, Rad Power Bikes, a lot of different companies have like the same looking bike, you know, and it's just like everything's the same, and it's like, did you guys just put a different logo on it, you know? So anyway, all right, so now we're gonna use no pedal assist. We're on nice flat ground, and we're gonna see what kind of movement we get and what my heart rate becomes. So we're starting at 113. It's interesting. So I got the all black version of this bike, and then I got these really cool red pedals, because the pedals that come with it just are really small, and you know, your foot kind of slips. Anyway, my wife, who really doesn't care about electric bikes at all, she just likes that I like them, but she walks out of the garage and she's like, "Ooh, I really like your new bike." And for her to say that really means something. So yeah, it's just interesting. So it's getting some praise from the ladies. All right, we're at 117. Now, something else. Somebody said something, a comment on my off-road video of this thing, their dirt video of this thing. Somebody said, you know, what kind of idiot, I love people. People are just so interesting. What kind of idiot rides a bike with narrow handlebars off-road? Well, I guess somebody who knows how to ride, because I went like 15 miles off-road, down a huge switchback, up a huge switchback, you know, all kinds of terrain, and I'm alive. So clearly those people just don't know how to ride, or they're just misinformed. But when you get a bike like this that has front suspension forks, and it has knobby 4-inch wide tires, it's not meant just for urban. I mean, really? Like, you can't be clueless, people. This is meant for some level of, I won't call it off-road, but dirt, you know? Fire road, some light gravel, you know, a little dirt path around a park. I mean, it's meant for all that. It's not just a freaking urban commuter, or it would have freaking slick tires, you know what I mean? So, anyhow, enough said. Yeah, I don't know. For those of you that don't have a channel, it's I'm right now. First of all, right now I'm trying to go without pedal assist off a dead stop. All right, it's a little bit harder than I thought, but I made it. Now we've got some nice cruising speed of 11 miles an hour. So again, still no pedal assist. For those of you that don't have a channel, it's just interesting when you have a channel, you put some nice content out, and just the comments you get, you know? A lot of them are very supportive. The overwhelming amount are, you know, great video, thanks for the help, appreciate the insight, etc., etc. And every once in a while you just get like somebody who's just a dick. Somebody just called me an a-hole, in one of my videos from yesterday. And I'm like, really? Why would you say that? And you just give a nice, decent video, high quality video and audio, and you're just giving information. Can this bike go off-road? Or can this bike go up hills? Or do I like this new bike? Or how fast can I go? And people give it a thumbs down. Now, the only reason I would ever give a bike or video a thumbs down is if it's clickbait, or it's just really poor quality, audio or video, or, hey there, or it's with all these older people flying by me. Anyway, or you, you know, you just don't give kind of the information you promise, which is, I guess, kind of clickbait. So, but my videos, they all pretty much tell you what you're gonna get, and then you get it. Why would you give a thumbs down? I just don't get it. It's surprising. But what's interesting, getting back to the comments, you're able, as the channel owner, to just ding, delete a comment. So the a-hole comment, ding, it lived on my channel for like 20 minutes until I saw it and it was gone. Like, really? I'm not gonna leave your crap ass comment on my channel. Like, how unprofessional is that, you know? So keep that in mind if you're ever leaving comments with people, that they can just delete them, you know? It's not like you have carte blanche approval to just disparage their freaking channel, you know what I mean? Anyway, we're still flat ground, we're still using no pedal assist, and my heart rate is at 128, which is just brilliant in terms of exercise. So can you get exercise on this bike? Absolutely. With no power, absolutely, of course. I was really not trying to figure out if you could get exercise not using power on a heavy bike like this. Of course you can. We're just trying to figure out, can you pedal a heavy bike like this? And you can, even from a dead stop. And with pedal assist 1, you can still get a pretty decent amount of exercise. So, okay, I don't know if it's because I've been riding a lot or what, but I jumped to pedal assist 1 a minute ago. I had no pedal assist at all, and I've been riding pedal assist 1 for like 5 minutes, and I just got up to 131, and now I'm at 126. So interesting, you know? Definitely some exercise, even if pedal assist 1, people. That's gonna do it for this video, people. Hope you enjoyed. Hope you got some information. Hope it's helping you with the decision to purchase this bike or not. Hope it was slightly entertaining. And yeah, that's it. Please like, please subscribe. God bless, peace out.